Hi there, it's Shell, and today we are finishing up this series of paper clips. So I'm sure that we will have more in future episodes, but today we're kind of finishing up here, and I am making some paper clips out of these really cute tickets that one of my subscribers sent me. Thank you, Robin. I love these, and they inspired an idea. So I'm going to share that with you guys. One thing I was thinking is, if you do not have tickets, and I have no idea where she got these, but if you don't have tickets, you could cut these down or cut down some paper. Sorry, it's just not lining up the way I want it to. Sorry about that. It's just like a 2x2 square, so you could do that. But if you have tickets, and I think this is going to be fun. So we're going to do that. Again, I am going to do it in an assembly line style, because I find that is quicker, and it gives you guys tons of ideas. So I hope that doesn't bother too many of you guys. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to, let's do like 6. So let's do 3 of this color, which is kind of like maybe a gray or a tan. So, and we'll do the same 3 blue ones. And this was a Michelle original, I think. You never know if somebody else has come up with the same idea or something similar. So if you've seen this before, leave a comment below, because I always try to make sure to give the artist credit. And I know not everyone does, but I think it's really important when you are making something that someone else inspired. If you know who, made that, then you should give them credit. A lot of times I see something on Pinterest, but I do try to, give at least, say, hey, go look on Pinterest if I don't have an artist. And as always, if if this is your idea and you're visiting my channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Okay, so what I did, these are, they're pretty sturdy. But what it is, it's a 2-part ticket. And so we have a keep this coupon, we have a perforated part here, and then this ticket, so typically you would rip them apart. However, I don't want these to come apart. So what I did is I went ahead and measured them, and like I said, they're about 2x2. And I just cut down some cardstock. I wanted it somewhat sturdy, and I just cut it down so that when I glue it on, a lot of it won't be showing. So in fact, I may have to just trim it just a little bit, but I don't want the perforations to come undone or anything like that. So I am just going to glue this down on each one of these, just to give us some extra strength. And also, while I was cutting them, I went ahead and cut extra, so when we're adding our paper clips, we have our squares all ready to go, and we don't have to stress too much about that. So I was actually a little bit organized today. So today is Saturday, and I have to tell you guys, we have a skunk under our house, and about 1 o'clock in the morning, it's been spraying the last 2 nights. So, and it's so bad in our bedroom that it wakes us up. So we're just not sleeping very good, and as a result, it's kind of giving me a headache, just a slight kind of sick headache from not sleeping. And but hopefully it won't do that tonight. We can be we can hope. So a lot of times, I've heard that they have, I haven't looked into it, bless you, one of the cats sneezed, Chloe over here. I haven't looked into it, but I know they have like plug-in, you know, where it's supposed to scare off mice and stuff, but not bother the cats. I was wondering if it would scare off skunks. That's definitely something I need to look into because this is getting old. Okay, 2 more. So really what you want to do is you just want to make sure that whatever you're using, whether it's tickets, whether it's, you know, just cardstock, you want to make sure it's thick enough where it's not going to fall apart. You know, soon you kind of want it to last for a few years in your journals. And a couple of you have asked me about my sample book, and I'm kind of in the process of reworking where I'm putting my samples. I do have like one of my first junk journals I ever made, and I was putting my samples in there, but I think I only got 6 or 8 paper clips in there, and now it's already really full. So I have an idea, and I think I'm going to work on that during the week and share that with you guys on the weekends. So one thing I noticed is these little tan ones are slightly smaller than the blue ones. They're about, let's say, 1 7/8. So it's just a little bit smaller than the blue ones. The blue ones are about 2 by 2. But, you know, you can just kind of adjust for that. And then I have a couple, I guess I didn't cut enough, but I can cut some more of those down for when we need them. So what I pulled out today is some stickers. I pulled out, you know, different things. I'm going to go ahead and ink around these. And I know this is a monotonous part, but when I am done inking, I really like that look. I am using Vintage Photo here. It's kind of a brown, and it kind of gives you like an old, you know, color. One that I used to use was like tea dye, and that one has more of a red tint to it. So this is my color of choice, and it's just Vintage Photo Distress ink. And then I'm using one of my husband's fancy ink blenders. I've had a few of you guys request some of these. I do have a list going of people who are interested, and as soon as I get some in the shop, I will let those people who are on the list have first dibs if they're interested in them. So I haven't forgotten you, Julie, and everyone else. You guys are so sweet. But I tell you, I love these so much, and you know, especially if you have dexterity issues, they're really nice. And that's actually, you know, we were on Jennifer McGuire on her blog, and she is like a card artist, and I think that was last year, and we, I mean, we sold out of these. We were making them pretty much 24/7 for like 3-4 weeks in a row. So there's a lot of these around the world. So anyways, okay, so that's pretty simple. And I like to make them all at one time because it's just easier. You pull out your distress ink, you know, a whole bunch at one time, and you know, you're kind of ahead of the game, and you're not decorating and stuff a little bit at a time. So I pulled out some things I could use. I pulled out some of my stamps because you guys know how I love my stamps. I picked a whole bunch up on Etsy. I pulled out some lace, just little odds and ends of lace. And I pulled out some stickers over here to the side. Okay, I did get some beautiful rose gold paper clips, but they're the small size. But I'm still going to use them, I just don't know for what. Okay, so now we're going to work on this. The first thing I want to do is I want to punch holes in the bottom of these. Like I said, this is a Michelle original, and we're going to punch holes, but I need them all to be a certain amount. So, you know, like this one, I need to kind of measure it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about as soon as I figure it out. Let's see, I need a little pen or pencil. Let me get a pen or pencil and I will be right back. I forgot that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make me a little tiny template, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. You know, you could measure each one of these, but I really don't like to measure that much. So, actually, I might just do it on here. There is a little, what's that called, ruler. There's a little ruler on this Crocodile Big Bite. And I need these to be the exact same from this side and from this side. So, I think I'm going to just put it in here and see what I have. You know, just find a spot so it's exactly where I need it to be. So, and you just want to punch these so that they are exactly where, you know, the other one is, and all that is my thought. So that looks pretty good. And what I did is I am just lining up with the straight edge over here. That way they're both kind of on the same spot. And doing it kind of like that. I think that that's going to help. That one's a little off, but I don't think it's going to matter that much. I just want to make sure that when I am doing these that they're similar, you know, and I'll show you why. I think that's going to be pretty important here in a minute. But you could certainly measure all of these, you know, if you wanted to. I'm not that big on measuring, but, you know, do whatever you think is, you know, will work for you. And like I said, I'll point out what I'm talking about here in a second. Last one. Okay, so I got all of those. And then I did get some eyelets. Now I'm going to stick some eyelets in here. And the reason I'm going to use eyelets is because I want to make them sturdy again. And hopefully I got the right size this time. I'm going to try it and see. Oops. There's two on that one. So I ordered bigger size than what I ordered last time from Amazon. These are size 3, and they're kind of that brass color. Let's see if I can get it in there. I don't even know. Let's see if that works. Well, that didn't work. Let me find my other pliers and see if I can get them to work with that one. Okay, so I don't think those ones that I got are going to work. So what I did is I just pulled out some of the bigger ones that I have. I have no idea what size these are. And if you don't have eyelets, then you could totally skip this idea, this part. I just thought it would be a nice addition to our little paper clips. So that's kind of what we're doing. So on each one of these, we're going to go ahead and squeeze our little eyelets down here. And see what we can do. This is a, a leather eyelet setter, and I got it so that I could use some little tiny eyelets that I had, but it still doesn't work, so. But, you know, I also got it because I really like this one, which I found in yard sale, and it really pushes them down and does a really nice job, except that one really hurts your hand compared to this one, and this one doesn't. And yeah, I don't use my Crocodile, the big one, for an eyelet setter because I never can get it to work. And I mean, there's a whole thing issue on the internet of people not getting those to work, so it's not just me. But I do like it for punching holes, so that's why I have it. So we only have 2 more. And then I'll show you what we're going to do. And I went ahead and set 4 eyelets out because these, you know, are limited colors, but I'm going to need 4 for each project. So I wanted to make sure that I had, you know, 4 silver, 4 black, whatever I was using. Okay, there we go. Give my hand a little bit of a break from those. Okay. So let's just look at one of these. And the reason I went ahead and put the eyelets in now is because we're going to do some decorating and I don't want to cover up my holes. I've done that in another video, you know, so you may have heard that before. Okay, so now we're just going to decorate these, and you can decorate them however you want to. I pulled out, like I said, I pulled out some stickers. Pulled out these butterflies. I thought those were really cute, and they are kind of like a cardstock or a chipboard. So I'm going to use some of those, but you guys know how I like to kind of collage up my project. So I have some music paper, so I'm going to pull out a little bit of music paper here. Somebody tried to attach that together. And I have tons of music paper. You know, if you don't, you could use, you know, newsprint, some old magazines, whatever you want to do. But I like to kind of show you guys a variety of ways. You know, nothing that I do is set in stone, so I just want you guys to kind of have fun, play, and, you know, see what you can come up with. So I know I don't want really big pieces because I do want my ticket to show, you know, just, so I'm just going to put little tiny pieces on these guys. And then again, I am going to go back to my vintage photo and stick that on here. So I don't really have any rhyme or reason. I am just, you know, when we're done, they're all going to look different. We're not going to have any that are the same. I think that's the fun part of designing. You know, yeah, I could do them all, you know, exactly alike, but I like to kind of create and see what kind of pops up with my scraps and things like that. But, you know, I kind of still like to start with the same bones, so to speak, that everything is similar as it starts, and then, you know, it kind of comes together, and I really like that. So now I am just going to go ahead and just glue down my music paper. Let's see what we can get here, if I can get it to work. Still haven't found a new pin to stick in here. Again, I am using Art Glitter Glue, and this is I do have a link below in my description if you're looking for some. Sorry, I'm still trying. Come on, you can do it. Okay, surely I have a little pin or something like right here. I have one of my bulb pins. Maybe that will fit. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got something to poke a hole, and I really need to find a pen that doesn't rust. And keep it with this again. So now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of building up my, my tickets are just my background, and then I'm just building up each of my paper clips. Like I said, none of them are gonna look alike, and I really like that because when I do, make journals and stuff, I won't put two of these in the same book. I like to kind of mix and match, but then that gives me a chance of maybe having something that will work. Okay, so do it like that. So pretty simple. Like I said, now all we're doing is decorating. I do have a couple of little tiny Tim Holtz paper dolls that I thought I could use in here. And again, I am just going around the edge. And that just kind of covers up that white edge and makes it look more complete. And I think I'm going to put him on one of the blue ones just because he is so kind of white, and I think that's cute. And then I also have this itty bitty dog, and I'm going to go ahead and use him because I just happened to stumble upon him today, and I was thinking how easy he would be to lose. So maybe I'll put him like there. So let's work on this one right here and just see, what we want to put here. Is there stickers? Is there material that I want to use? Here's some material to the side. Yeah, let's use some of this. And I know I have my scissors right in front of me. There they are. If you rip your page, I'm sure you guys know this, but if you rip your fabric, then it kind of gives you a rough edge. But I mean, if you want that, if you don't want that, then that's okay too. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. Okay, and this one's just about done as far as decorating. We'll see how he looks, there, and then we're going to put his little dog just because it's cute. I have his dog like he's sitting up higher. So that's how that one has come together. And then we'll set those aside. We're going to let them dry, and then I'm going to decorate some of these other ones if I think anything else will work. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do this one. That one's just kind of funny. Just a husband and wife or brother, sister. And I kind of like that. So I'm going to go ahead and use some more fabric. But I'm going to use a different kind of fabric. Because that's what I like. I'm not going to rip this one though because I kind of want a flag. So I'm just going to cut it into like a flag shape. Or a banner shape, I guess, is what I'm talking about. Maybe. I cut it too deep. Okay, I just felt like it needs some color behind it, behind the people, so that's why I'm cutting that. Just a little bit. That's kind of cute. But you just want to do, you know, just do your style on these things. I'm going to try to bring it down as far as I can, just so that their heads aren't peeking up too far, so that when I attach my paper clip, it doesn't, you know, they're not like poking out and getting crushed or anything. I feel like it needs something right here, so I'm going to go to my lace. We're just going to put a little bit of lace here. Too, whenever you do start, you know, I know a bunch of you guys have been joining me and stuff, but you know, you kind of end up with your, when you're doing your own thing and you're creating a lot, you kind of end up with your own style, and it does come. So I like that one. I think that one's kind of cute. Okay, so now I'm just going to use some, I know I want to use some of these butterflies, and this is a Cahone Company butterfly set. So I'm going to pull those out. I have no clue where I got these from. And then see this back piece? I will use that, and you'll see these again when we're doing tags. Okay, so now I just want, I'm going to take some of the scratch paper that I had from the other day. There's just little bits and pieces of it. And I'm just going to put some Distress ink and some art glitter glue. Just kind of layer it up. I just want a little bit of a layer, and then just kind of see which, you know, which butterfly I want. Do I want one that's really big that takes up the whole thing? And I think I do. So, and I don't want him perfect like that, so I'm going to kind of turn him a little bit. And it's okay if he goes off the edge. So that is that one. Work on this one. I kind of like the blue background, so maybe I'll go ahead and do another butterfly. Maybe like this blue one. Ooh, that should go on one of these maybe. Ooh, I really like that. I don't even think I need to add anything else behind it. But I might go ahead and stick this there just because it's laying here. By pulling out, you know, tons of your little scraps, then you kind of have stuff to play with as you are crafting. And something, you know, that you don't have might all of a sudden, you know, come out. There we go. Isn't that cute? Okay, so two more. Let's kind of move down to some of these flowers down here. I have some really pretty flowers. And then I will put on the finishing touches. Ooh, these are really pretty. Let's kind of put this one here. I think that will fit. I'm just trying to kind of figure out how I want to cut it down because I feel like it's just a little bit too big. Okay, I think I'm going to put it right there. Can't really see my music paper, but okay. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and put some little pieces around the edges. Just that, you know, I have, and it will give it another depth, another bit of depth. Let's put this one kind of over here again. And maybe even this piece, just because we can cut it down just a little bit. Just a fun little collage. And then that will add a little bit of interest to this. Like that. That one's cute. Okay, and then the last one, let's do another flower, because I kind of want a couple with flowers. I think I'm going to do this one. That one's kind of cute, but it's a really white, so I'm just going to add some Distress ink. Some of these I picked up at the Dollar Tree a few years ago, so I like that right there. So I'm just going to attach some art glitter glue, and whenever I'm sticking down pictures or anything like that, stickers or anything, I like to make sure that I double it up with some art glitter glue. Ooh, I love that one. I think that one is so pretty. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so pretty much we're done with that part. Now let me show you what my thought is for the bottom part. And I went ahead and I cut down some more of this paper and cardstock, and I am just going to cut it so that it's kind of hanging, you know, right beside, right under it. And I'm going to go ahead and punch some holes. I'm just kind of making sure it's pretty even, like that. So I'm going to go ahead and punch some holes, kind of using the same technique I did last time, just kind of using the ruler on my hole punch as a template, kind of. Sorry, here's my Bubby. Here's Bubby Boo. His name was originally Pooh Bear, and we kind of changed it to Bubby. So I think that'll work okay. We're going to work on this one right here. And I'm going to put some Tim Holtz words on here. And I'll kind of show you guys. Sorry, he went over there with Sister and she's not happy at him. He's sitting on top of her. Okay, let me see if this is kind of straight. It doesn't look bad. It kind of looks off to me, but I can't really tell. Guys. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and use those other eyelets here. I'm going to press those on. Press those in. Okay, so this is kind of what we're kind of dealing with right here. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and look on my words and see what I want to add on this. So it's kind of like a little hanging sign underneath our little tickets. So I was thinking that it would be kind of fun to pull out some of these and use them. So like this one, I think I'm going to cut it in half. And this one says, "Let life surprise you." So I'm just going to kind of ink these up because I do want to bring those down. And then I think I'm just going to, I just want to make sure that I just want that on the background, or if I want something else, like some music paper or something like that. So, let me see what I have over here. Yeah, I think I like that better, so I'm just going to kind of tear that down. But, I mean, you just do whatever you feel comfortable with. If you want to stamp something here, you could do that. You know, I just want just another kind of layer of background. And then I'm going to put this one here. And this one here. So it's going to say, "Let life surprise you." Like that. And I'm going to go ahead and attach this so you can see what I'm talking about, what we're aiming for. Again, I'm using just some bulb pens or garment pens, or, you know, when I was introduced to these, they were called bulb pens, but I've seen them garment pens and even some kind of safety pin, I can't recall. But, and then my idea is to put it through the eyelets like this, and put the bulb pin there. And then this would be the finished paper clip, which I think is such a fun little idea. What do you guys think? So let's go ahead and get this started. Get these finished up. But so far I'm loving how they're turning out. So I'm going to go ahead, just kind of cut it down. Use my, actually I'm going to go ahead and cut several of them down so that I can, you know, get them all done at one time. 4 and 5. And because I did like the paper clip, or the music paper, I'm going to go ahead and put music paper on them, because I think, you know, it needs that background. And I'm just using the paper clip, or the music paper notes. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue these down, and then I'll go around the edges before I put the distress ink. See, I don't want to use the words, since I'm going to go ahead and put words on them anyways. So, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect or anything. Just gives it a little bit of interest. When I put the words on it. Okay, so sorry I had to step away and plug in my camera, and it was a full battery, and I don't think I'm up to an hour, but you never know. So I'm just going to just go ahead, and these are just some little scraps so that I tore off. So I'm going to go ahead and use those for some interest. And then we'll add our words, and we're just about done. I did plug in my hot glue gun so I could show you guys how to use the hot glue gun to turn these into paper clips. So I'm going to just put that one there, and then one more little section. Okay, do that here. And then I'm just going to go around each of the manila folder. Did I tell you guys I used manila folder? Anyways, I used manila folder for the sign pieces, mainly because I like the color of the manila instead of white. And, you know, I had some right here, and it's pretty inexpensive. Somebody said they picked it up like at Walmart for less than $4 for 50 of them, I think. So that's pretty good price. But you know, you could use coffee dyed material or paper or whatever you wanted to do. Okay, so we're done. Well, for a minute with that. I'm gonna go ahead and punch my holes in each one of these. They were a little close last time, so I'm just gonna kind of rearrange it to where I feel like it's a better fit. And it's really hard to get these perfectly lined up, but you know, you just have to do the best that you can do. Two more. And the last one. Okay, so we have those, and now I'm going to go ahead and just stick in my eyelets. So, and then I'll match them up as I go. Okay, so here's a gold one. Copper. Let's see, find my other ones here. Silver. There, more gold. So it is Saturday, and when you guys see this, it'll be Sunday. That one's crooked, but I'm not going to bother about it. So, and we're supposed to, you know, get a storm here and a storm here, and yeah, we haven't got anything. It's getting dark out, but I don't know that we'll get any storms, and then they say Monday through Wednesday, I think, that we're supposed to get a bad storm. And I know we have some jobs to do this next week already lined up, so we will see what we will see, I suppose. Okay, so there's all of those, and now I am just going to come up with words for each one of these. You know, I think it'd be kind of fun to do like flying words or flying sayings for the butterflies. So let's see what we have, you know, and what will fit. Because some of these are really long, like what seems ordinary is often extraordinary, but, you know, it just won't fit on what I want it to. So I need to kind of be selective that way. This one says be your beautiful self, and I think that's a good one for a butterfly. So I'm going to cut it where it says be your, and then we will do beautiful self. I think I'm going to put it on the blue one. And whenever I put my things on, there it is, my sayings or whatever, I don't like them to be perfectly lined up because it's really hard to get things perfectly lined up. So I make sure that they don't line up on purpose, and that way I don't feel like, you know, oh, I had to do that, because it's really hard to get them perfect. So if you do them imperfect, you know, that's kind of the what I aim for, is not perfection. So let's see. Bless you, Bubba. Cats are sneezing. This one says miracles happen when you believe, and I think I'm going to use that on the other butterfly one. I just think that's a really pretty. Hopefully it'll fit. Yeah. Oops. Miracles happen. Bless you, Bubba. Our old man cat, and he's like 13 or something. He always gets really bad allergies this time of year, a few times a year. And he's had that since he was a little baby. So I'm going to put that like that. Those go there. Let's see, I need another gold one for there. Let's see. I think I'm going to use this one on that one. That one's kind of fun. It says, never doubt your instinct. And, you know, I think it's perfect for flowers, because I don't think flowers ever doubt their instinct. You know, they always know when it's the right time to bloom, and maybe I'm goofy, but, you know, it's true, I think. Never doubt your instinct. And doesn't that fit for all of us? You know, whenever you get a bad feeling about somebody, you should always acknowledge that, I think. So now we have a little boy and a couple. So let's see. Oh, how about this one for the little boy and the dog? It says, remember to play. And it would fit on there like that, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it, just to add a little bit of interest, I think. It says remember, and then to play. That's what we do when we craft, isn't it? You know, if you're not having fun when you're crafting, then something's wrong. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Remember to play. That's cute. And then this one is, let's see, what are we going to do? let's do this one. This one's cool. This one says collect beautiful moments, and I really like that. So I'm going to cut the collect off and then take the beautiful moments. And you know, that again reminds us to, you know, enjoy the time spent with that special person. And I like these, you know, I always try to do inspirational things for my journals because I think that that is, you know, I can move them aside. Like when I'm collecting a beautiful moment with my husband or my sister or something, I can take the paper clip off and put it wherever I want it to be. So I really like those. So before I put those eyelets in, or those ball pens in, I am going to go ahead and put our paper clips on the back. I did find some more of those squares I cut down because I was going to be really prepared today. And I need 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just using some black ones that I still had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to go ahead and cut these down because I know they're a little bit large, and I just want to make sure that they're not too large. So one side I'm going to kind of cut down. So quite a bit. That way it, you know, my paper clip lays in there pretty well. And then these, like that. And with the hot glue gun, again, I am just putting on my paper clip. And one thing I did not get is my spatula thing. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, and I have my little spatula. This is like a silicone spatula, and it's to use with hot glue because this hot glue gets up to like 350, 400 degrees. So if you're not careful, you will burn yourself, as I have done many times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just set this on here and let it set it on there with my hot glue, and then I'll use my spatula. I wanted to show you guys, since this is our last one of this particular series, I wanted to use my hot glue. So, and if you go ahead and put your hot glue like on your table, then you can kind of flip it over really quick and not burn yourself. These are little tips I have found. If you're looking for, you know, like the hot glue spatula or anything like that, it will be linked below, as well as my hot glue gun. I try to link whatever I use in the description below. Come on, you. Sorry, there's a little cat here, it looks like. Okay, there we go. And then, and it is that quick. What do you guys think of that one? And that's so sweet. So I really like that I did the, how it hangs down and stuff. I think that's really sweet. And that one just came to me too. You guys know, suddenly I'll have ideas. It's kind of nuts, kind of crazy. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead before I put the little ball pins on, I think. Make sure that you're doing it right side up. I have been known, if you guys have been with me for a while, you know I do that. Do it wrong. Okay, that one is done. Let's do this one. You know, I really like doing things in this style, you know, as far as, I gotta set that down. If if you hold it, the heat will come through and burn you. But I like to do it in an assembly style because it makes things go so much faster. So, you know, if you haven't ever done projects in an assembly style, I think you should give it a try because I think you will like it as well. And, you know, it just makes the whole process, I mean, you know, it's been almost an hour probably, and, you know, we're almost done with 6 paper clips as compared to if I was to do these individually and take my time and do, you know, one start to finish. Probably in an hour you'd only finish about 2 of them. And I know that from experience. That's one reason I do like to do the assembly line. Just, I feel like it makes things go so much faster. That one is that one. I think this one is that one. Paperclip. So, and you know, I did ask below in our last video what you guys wanted to see next, and I did have quite a few who asked for pockets, and I had a few ask for tags, and I even had somebody ask for journaling cards, which I had not even considered. So we're going to do pockets will be next, and then I'm going to do tags, and then we'll do journaling cards. So if you guys have any other ideas, then let me know. Probably each series, the way it's been going, each series lasts about 10 days or so, so 2 weeks. And if you know, have any ideas, let me know. But I was thinking if we do pockets first, we will have a place to put our journaling tags and our tags, journaling cards and our tags, you know, as we go. So I think that's what I'm leaning towards right now. I'm kind of planning out what my pockets will be because I will be recording some on Sunday for Monday. So, okay, so now all we need is our little bulb pins. So again, I do have some silver, I have some gold, and I have some of these kind of bronze colors. I'm just kind of matching them up with, you know, whatever I want. I mean, using whichever color I want to with my design. So, and another thing is my sample book. I'm thinking about sharing that on the next couple of weekends for you guys. I kind of have an idea, and you know, I think it'll work out pretty well. So maybe through the week, maybe I'll go ahead and do a video, and then I'll share that with you guys on the weekends. You know, just to kind of have a break if you're trying to get caught up, you know, on watching my videos, things like that. So it seems to work really well if you just kind of put them together like this and then stick in your bulb pins. Here I was thinking if you wanted to, you could add some charms, or a cute little bead would be nice. So but I think these turned out really cute. I was really, you know, kind of surprised when I thought about them, and you know, I couldn't have done this without Robin and her sending me these awesome little tags for tickets. Oh wait, here's one. I'm getting really low on my, I don't know what that is. Low on my, like, gold ball pens. So I found one, but the other one was hiding. So I do have two. You know, I don't know. Some of you just, you know, tickle me because you say, Michelle, this one's my favorite. I thought the last one was, but no, it's this one. And I do the same thing. You know, I think, oh no, this one's my favorite. No, this one is. So you have to let me know if this one's your favorite or was it one of the other ones. Because I do the exact same thing. I'm thinking, ooh, this one's my favorite. And then I do another one. Ooh, no, this one's my favorite. These, I think, went pretty easy. And, you know, you could just decorate up your little tickets. And then when you have time, come back and add the sayings. But I would be interested in seeing what you guys do. So here is all of these. Let me see if I can kind of clean up my mess a little bit so you can enjoy them. So as I usually ask, which one is your favorite out of these guys? Let's get a piece of paper so I can just show you guys how this will lay in your book. So it's going to, it'll go in your book like this, and that's how it will sit. And then you can tuck something under it if you want to, or you can just use it as an embellishment. Isn't that cute? Which one is my favorite? I was thinking I should probably tell you guys. I think it's this one, the flower, and it's kind of got a little envelope. Try to get that in the thing for you. And it says, let life surprise you. And, you know, I don't know. I just feel like, you know, that's how I live my life, you know. Uh-oh, that doesn't belong. Go away. So, there we go. Let life surprise you. You never know what's going to happen next. You never know what's going to be in that envelope. So, let me know what you think of this. Join me tomorrow for the beginning of our pocket series. And be sure and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. Really helps out my channel. And I guess we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure and comment below. Let me know which one is your favorite. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all of you, all my new subscribers. You just make my day. And you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you.